gift of the swallow's seed. Two brothers, two choices. In a quiet Hanok village, nestled between rice fields and shimmering rivers, lived two brothers, Min-joon and Hyeon-woo. Their father had passed peacefully, leaving the brothers with a modest inheritance. One small house by the river, enough land to farm, and a promise to support the aging mother who watched over them both. Min-joon, the younger and always thoughtful, treated their mother with respect and shared his harvest. Hyeon-woo, the older, saw everything as his right and his alone, including the inheritance, the fields, and the authority over their mother. When the harvest dwindled one year, Min-joon used his share to feed his mother and even scraped by to grow a small meal. Hyeon-woo watched with annoyance. One day, Min-joon encountered an injured swallow in his yard, its wing bent by a fallen branch. Instead of chasing it away, he cleansed its wound and gently splinted the wing using bamboo slips and a soft cloth. He carried the bird indoors and cared for it until it flew away days later. The return of the swallow. 3 days after the swallow's release, Min-joon heard a chirping at the door. To his amazement, the swallow returned with a small seed in its beak, a pumpkin seed, rich and plump. Curious, he planted it beside his house. Days passed. Against all odds, a single tendril climbed skyward, then another. And in time, 3 enormous pumpkins hung low on the vine, golden, ripe, and heavy. He harvested them with care, carving open each one. Inside lay treasures, silver coins, woven silks, seeds of exotic crops, and notes of gratitude from wanderers who had secretly deposited gifts inside the pumpkins for those in need. Word traveled fast through the village. When Hyeon-woo learned of his brother's good fortune, his face twisted in envy. The imitation and the fall. Without thinking of kindness or gratitude, Hyeon-woo found an injured swallow and broke its leg himself, tauntingly handing it to his cook, claiming he would care for it. The bird was taken inside, the chef removing the broken wing, but Hyeon-woo refused kindness or effort beyond that. Days later, confronted again by his own swallow, a pumpkin seed was dropped at his door. Forgetting any compassion, he planted it, expecting riches. But when the pumpkins grew, they split open and rotten half-shells inside squirted curses. Angry spirits, bursts of mud water flooding his fields, and at least one branch growling with life like wild locusts that devoured his crops. His wealth vanished, and his reputation soured. The lesson in gratitude. Hyeon-woo came begging to his brother afterward, humiliated and penniless. Min-joon looked at him silently for a long moment and said, "You never understood that real gratitude doesn't come when we expect returns. It comes from giving without planning to get." Rather than cast him out, Min-joon invited him to live in the house by the river, restoring some of his dignity through work and simple meals together. Hyeon-woo accepted. Years later, when drought fell on the fields and neighbors whispered of famine, the pumpkins in Min-joon's yard grew once more 3 golden gourds filled not with riches, but with rice, beans, and fresh vegetables, the harvest of a community coming together to repay an act of simple generosity. Moral of the story: gratitude grows from genuine kindness, not the expectation of reward. To care without asking for thanks is to plant seeds that feed many hearts, year after season.